They say the clothes don't make the man. But my next guest might argue otherwise. And why is that so? He'd probably say it while wearing a perfectly tailored jacket. And he's exactly the reason why I got so conscious I have to wear something decent today. And he's widely regarded as one of the sharpest dressed bankers in the Philippines. But underneath the style is one of the most substantive careers in Philippine finance. A trained physicist who found his way into banking almost by accident. And he went on to lead Philippine National Bank, transform UnionBank, CitySavings, and most recently served as president and CEO of RCBC, where he championed something almost nobody in banking took seriously at the time. Guess what that was? It's digitalizing everything. And today, he's a published author twice over, an outspoken advocate for mentorship, and proof that reinvention isn't just a buzzword, it's a discipline. So I'd like you to appreciate the fact that today I have one of the most respected bankers and a very good friend and a very articulate speaker. I'm going to tell our friends a little bit of a secret. When we share the same stage, I mean, when he spoke, everybody was just saying, oh, he's such a great speaker and a sharp dresser as well. So this is going to be a huge challenge for me. And so, welcome to this episode of Kongversation. And I will present to you our special guest for today, retired president of RCBC, Eugene Acevedo. Eugene, thank you very much for coming here.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you. I've always enjoyed having chats with you. And I'm not sure about having to dress up. You're always super dressed.
No. And as a matter of fact, if you take a look at, if your camera can zoom down, I mean, wearing clothes is from top to toe, nice shoes, nice socks, and everything else. Welcome to our episode on fashion. Not really, but, Sir Eugene, tell me, when the introduction is you got formal training as a physicist. What does a physicist do that went into banking, and what took you there?
Oh, this might sound weird, but I took physics because I wanted to spend a lot of time in extracurricular activities. I wanted to lead organizations. And the thing with physics is as soon as you understand it, you don't have to study anymore.
Really?
So that was what I thought until third year. And in third year, I studied like crazy. But it was too late to change. I loved physics then, but I loved running organizations more.
Okay.
So in school, the chairman actually pretended like my degree was Bachelor of Science in Extracurricular Activities and minor in physics. So it was just natural to move to organizations. But honestly, at the time, I was thinking I'd be a doctor, but I changed my mind.
Were you active with organizations as a leader?
I was student council chairman in college and in high school.
So leading comes natural to you.
I'm not sure about the word natural. I think I learned.
All right.
My mistakes when I was younger, they were terrible, but people fixed me. Mentors fixed me.
Yeah, man.
People helped me grow into a more tolerable leader.
Well, you're one of the most well-loved people from RCBC, and I've been doing a little bit of private investigation, and I said, "Oh, Sir Eugene, magaling siya," And then physics. Well, not many people I know they're fond of physics. As a matter of fact, in my seminars, I say, what's the matter with you? Physics is a very important subject. When I was in high school, physics was my favorite subject.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Really. I love physics so much, I took it 4 times.
I knew there was a punchline. No, you did not.
I did, really. So I repeated, second year and fourth year, and there were physics subject, and even summer, I think, naawa sa akin yung summer professor. So sabi ko, hindi ako papasok ngayon sa college. So pinasa ako. But then, At the time, I remember there was a time when the banking sector was accused of one of those slow-moving institutions in terms of embracing change and everything. What got you into this drive to digitalize the whole company?
It was really, when people say, what will the future of banking look like?
Yes.
I've always found the answers when I traveled. I was based in Singapore for some time and Hong Kong, and even in Indonesia and all the other countries. I saw that the banks in those countries were quite far ahead compared to Philippine banks. And that got me worried, of course. And I figured at that point, we really had no choice but to take a massive leap, a quantum leap, as physicists would say, in digitization. Except that the biggest banks in the Philippines at that point were really not set on doing that because I'm not sure whether this was how they thought, but maybe if you have a major leadership position, you really don't have the motivation to rock the boat.
Right.
But since I was part of the middle-sized banks, I had to do something different.
Yes.
And that was why even before I joined RCBC, I studied like hell. I took about 10 certifications on anything digital.
Oh, wow.
That was the time when I decided that the future of the bank was in data science and AI. So 7 years ago, we started organizing a data science team. We started building AI models before AI became sexy.
That's the buzzword,
So now we have about 60 plus models in AI. So for example, if you want to credit score someone, we use AI for that. So I used to, if we want to figure out whether somebody has repayment capacity, which is something that we need to do very manually, AI can do that also. So I used to say, you don't have to say God knows who does not pay. We use AI for that.
Right.
Diba? So all these little things. What will you buy next? If you buy a credit card, what usually is the next product you'd be interested in? AI can predict those things.
I like what you said. Hindi mo na pwede gamitin yung God knows who does not pay. So when you use AI, huli mo na kung sino yung who does.
Yeah. So we know who the who does are. But I have to be careful because I'm a bank president, even if I'm retired. 60 of those. So for example, we can guess when you do your second car loan. AI can do that as well. So AI is just able to do so many things. And the most important thing was, maybe this is a bit technical, but instead of my relationship managers calling every single customer, they have a target list of highly likely buyers of our product. So they're very efficient. So easily 30% more productivity.
Galing, ano?
So we grew twice in throughput without increasing our headcount. So that helped. But really, despite digital and everything else, at the core of banking is still trust and warmth and the feeling that you can trust the relationship manager. That will never change. That will never change. AI will never change that. But it will help the relationship manager design products or even if it's not being shown, is able to use AI to give better service to the customer.
There's an article that I read sometime in the past that says, when you want to measure the credit score of somebody, like the major purchases you make can either be a positive mark or a negative mark.
Yes.
Totoo ba yun? Like, if I use my credit card to buy cigarettes, that's a negative point against you. If I buy vitamins.
No, not that naman. There was a time people thought it was that. But you know what the better parameter is? location.
Location.
Where you live, where you work.
Ah, okay, okay.
Because I know people who smoke cigarettes
Mhm.
and are great in terms of credit worthiness. So it can go either.
Okay, okay.
So maybe even if I see they buy cigars, so maybe they're even better
Oh,
credit.
yes, yes.
So it's that one can go either way.
That can go either way.
Either way.
Which reminds me of a client I have, and they're the number one distributors of motorbikes in their region. And I remember the owner telling me, you know, Francis, about, was it 15 years ago when I first invited you to speak, our competitors will take them about 10 days to approve a motorcycle. We wanted to do it in 3 days and we did. So immediately, umakyat sila sa ranking.
Yeah.
And then 10 years ago when I invited you, our competitors were doing 3 days. We wanted to do it in 1 day and we did. So umakyat na naman sila. Sabi na, and this time, now that we've invited you, our competitors are doing 1 day. We want to do it in 1 hour. And I said, how could that be possible? This reminds me of what you said. With technology now, you can pinpoint location because the important thing in application is, are you employed? Are you really from this place? So, kitang-kita na yan, ano? Sabi ko, so if you invite me next year, how many...
Instantaneous.
Oh, instantaneous? Oh, crap.
Now, I'll share with you a story.
Yes.
I used to run CitySavings Bank, and the teachers would go to the bank every Saturday, and they'd, kasi walang pasok. And it would take them like the whole day to process their loans. And I visited our branch in, this was a while back. I visited our branch in, I think it was in Calamba, if I remember correctly. And I saw that there were people waiting outside. And in fact, the guard was telling them, puno na kami. And they were saying, oh, sige, we'll go to another bank. I was like,
oh, no.
This was me doing mystery shopping. Yes. They did not know who I was. From then on, we thought about it and we said, why do teachers still have to go to branches?
Yeah.
Why can't we go to where they were or are? That was exactly what we did. Because otherwise, you take a day to get a loan.
Yeah.
And weekend pa, so you can't really withdraw from the ATM. So what we did was, we turned the manual process into an algorithm, which is to say, programmed it into the computer code rather. I learned. I used to program, right? I learned this in the 80s. We code it so that you say step, and then it took us like a year and a half to perfect it, but it became instantaneous. We could approve in 20 minutes, but the thing was the inputting took a while. So 20 minutes, you get credited to your ATM was credited. So there was a time when there was this teacher who was giving birth or about to give birth and found out na CS pala. So called, I need more budget. So my account officer went to the maternity ward, took out his laptop. The loan was approved right then and there.
Grabe.
And then the teacher said, oh, parang magic. So from then on, I said, ganun pala yun, no? Digital becomes magical only when people love the experience and they cannot figure out how we did it. And so from then on, I dressed up my account officers in nicely colored uniforms with a star.
With a star.
Because I called them the Lone Rangers. And my COO, who had to pull a fast one against me, says, boss, I know what our slogan is. You'll never walk alone. I think they're still using it. But the important thing there was our operating expense became half on a per loan basis. We became much more profitable, but it allowed us to cut our yield and be more competitive.
Yes, yes.
Really, that story gets repeated again and again and again and again. No? Kasi if you're a mid-tier bank,
Yeah.
it's so hard to compete with larger banks who have economies of scale.
Yes.
So you have to do things much
Yeah.
smarter. But, Francis, really still at the core, it's service.
Tao pa rin.
Oh,
Service.
especially because the loaded people in the Philippines don't like to do digital. In fact, I want to broadcast a new product that's called pure manual deposit. So that nobody's gonna say, "Hey, I might lose when somebody's gonna get my OTP." And so, my God, it's so hassle. But really, it's what academics call first principles. So parang you say, what's banking? Banking is trust and convenience
Yes.
and relationship.
Yeah.
It's all that. What's Signet?
Mm-hmm.
The same.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same.
The very
It's
core.
the same. At the core of many products is that.
That's true.
Digitization cannot fix it.
Yeah.
If you have a digital bank and you say great idea, etc., but if you face 50-year-old customers,
Yeah.
the ones younger than us, they will still say or ask, if I have a problem in those moments of truth,
Yes. Yes.
if I have a problem, who do I go to?
Kakausapin ko.
I see branches of BDO, BPI.
Yeah,
I feel good.
Oh,
So I go. I see branches of
Yeah.
RCBC. I know where to go.
Oh.
The next question, of course, is if you go there, can they fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
But the mere fact that you can see branches all over,
Yes. Yeah.
you'll say, okay,
Safe ako doon.
safe. Because people do not study financial statements.
Oo nga eh.
It's all perception,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You see big branches all over.
Mm-hmm.
You say, I feel safe in my money.
That's so true. That's so true.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's really at the core. It goes back to that. It's relationship.
Yes, relationship. And I have two questions. One of which is, at the rate that technology churns and then evolves and then introduces itself, and with the very stories that you yourself shared, and I shared a little bit, would you come to the conclusion that doing business now is all about speed and not just quality alone?
You've heard I'm doing my doctorate,
Yes.
right? I finished one last February and hope to finish the second one before the year ends. And my topic is digital transformation.
Mm-hmm.
But the realization was that most digital transformation projects fail. According to BCG, only 30% meet their goals. And when they did all the studies about it, their conclusion was it is the issue had to do with human factors.
The leaders.
The leaders first.
Mm-hmm.
The leaders are the most important because if the CEO doesn't feel part or doesn't personally lead it and leaves it to the technology guys,
Right.
There's misalignment in
Yes.
plans and
Yes.
strategy. And the leader, it's the leader's job to build a new kind of culture.
Mm-hmm.
The digital culture is different, slightly different from,
Traditional.
but even that slight difference takes a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And finally, you have people who say, baka mawalan ako ng trabaho niya.
Mm-hmm.
Or can
Yeah.
I learn the new technology?
Right.
I remember when I was an assistant manager in Citibank, we computerized, that's the old term, it's
Yeah,
embarrassing
the old
to say
term,
it.
yes.
We computerized in 1987.
Yes.
And the people working under me, half of them were union officers. So I had to convince them to stop using the adding machines,
Yeah.
which they could do with their eyes closed,
Yes.
and use Excel.
Mm-hmm.
And Excel reduced turnaround time significantly, so much so that we were able to cut 2-3 hours from the overtime.
Mm.
So now, see, you digitize, and then people think about
Reduces my pay.
it reduces my pay, and all those other things. I fixed it by cross-training them,
Yeah.
changing their position descriptions, gave them an increase in their salaries,
Okay.
and we went home early.
Oh.
I was able to do that because I convinced my bosses that, see, we're early, we turn off the lights and so on. So there must be value to this. I said, okay, we'll allow you to promote your people a few notches. If they cannot see what's in it for them,
Yes.
it's a combination of things, but it's really the leader's work. It's not just the top leader's work,
Yeah.
it's the supervisor's work.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you go around and you say, when you I'm sure you've seen this, right? Culture doesn't change if the middle managers or the first tier managers do not change.
Yeah.
They are your spine. So when I go around, I talk to exactly the first level managers, because without them, nothing moves.
And this level is the very level that thinks that they're so insecure because they're most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Their bosses, nandiyan na yan.
Yeah.
Ako, mamaya palitan ako.
Yeah. And oftentimes the best way is for the leader, the CEO himself, to go around and explain the message so that it doesn't get diluted.
Right.
The cascading of messages dilutes it, and you know what the interpretations can be, right?
Yes, yes.
And one word that I sometimes write about, which I realized only in the last 12 months, is the word presence. I used to say listening was the most important word, because for a long time I was very bad at it. But then I realized that more than listening, it's presence.
Presence.
Like my lolo would be around. He didn't have to talk to us, but we saw him. He'd be looking at us, and it's like, oh, my lolo's there. I feel safe.
Presence. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true. That's true.
being seen, moving around. Not to mention getting to see what's really happening and getting to talk to customers. You cannot start change. You cannot start digital transformation unless people feel your presence and your credibility.
And there's also a possibility that the leader himself or herself doesn't understand, but will never admit their ignorance. So either they'll just delegate without really understanding whether the job is being done or in so that I just don't want to be vulnerable for people to think that I don't know this. Right?
Yeah. See, that's the myth of invincibility.
Correct. Yeah.
I learned this from a lady who used to run one of the marketing firms, Abrera, Emily. She visited us once, and the word that I kept remembering, she said, an inspiring leader has to be vulnerable. Because otherwise, how can you inspire people, right?
Yeah.
The most inspirational stories have to do with, it's like a formula, hardship, and then you work hard, then you succeed. If all you do is win all the time, like, why do people love Federer, for example? When he loses, people love him more.
Yeah.
So it's that. But you cannot overplay that card. You're the CEO or you're the leader. You better know what you're talking about, right? But some imperfection actually makes you endearing.
Let me penetrate a little bit into your personality. Was there a time in your life when you love reading comic books?
Yeah, I was a Green Lantern fan.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And between Spider-Man, Green Lantern, and Superman, of course, Green Lantern is your choice. Between the two, Spider-Man or Superman?
Spider-Man, because he's been through difficult times, which is why they changed the script of Superman.
Yeah.
They made Superman more,
Vulnerable now.
yeah, more human. It's that they got it, except that the script was still bad.
I
The script was still awful.
I never liked Superman because he's too,
They changed the script
It's-
kasi,
it's-
Francis. When the man and the woman exchange, it's just
right.
you don't feel it.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're
we
digressing.
we go through hardships. We understand the pain. We understand the
yeah,
elation of success,
Yes.
the pain and the grief of failure.
yeah.
Pero siya masyado. And besides, how can you trust somebody who wears his brief over his pajamas, di ba? But
Plus that, although I think I've seen pictures of people doing that in the US, it's just different. It makes it makes you relatable.
oh man.
I don't know whether I mentioned this to you, but over 70% of my officers in RCBC are first generation college graduates.
No, you never mentioned it.
They, which means that, and this is a regular story. I heard of one lady who said, I want to work hard, be promoted so that my father will stop driving a tricycle. One of my senior vice presidents, my very top performing sales directors, the father was a farmer and the mother had a wet market store.
Yeah.
You won't see, because by the time I get them, after a while they become AVPs or vice presidents, and it's, you cannot tell. But I found out, when I first saw that was the case, I started reading every single application that was approved, right? I'd see, and I was counting the numbers, and from my rough calculation, about a third of their fathers are drivers, tricycle, home drivers, or school bus drivers, various types of drivers. The second was farmer.
Okay.
And most of the mothers were housewives, with a few of them having a sari-sari store. So it's suddenly there's a lot of pressure on me, because it's not just 6,000 employees. You multiply it with a number, maybe 3 or 4, to add their parents, their siblings. So much so that we decided to include sibling educational loans to their benefits. Kasi really, I'm personally mentoring 14 first generation college graduates. I insisted that I will only mentor first generation.
Right now.
Okay.
Wow.
So we talk about siblings and so on. We also talk about why they don't take risks. They tend to stay in a single job, and they tell me, without describing it too much, they tell me that they cannot afford to take any unnecessary career risks.
That might endanger their.
Yes, because that's their only pot. They don't have any safety net. So now I'm thinking about things like, even if I'm no longer in charge, but I'm very close to HR, so I'm thinking about, what if we give them a 90-day test and return? Because in my previous job, I saw that if they moved, most likely they will not come back.
They will not come back.
But they need that escape clause, escape hatch.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, because it's when I'm understanding all these other things, now that I'm retired, I have more time to think about it. I'm still very much involved in the bank and the subsidiaries, but it's, the things we take for granted. I was raised in the province. We had a provincial standards. We had a comfortable life.
Mm-hmm.
But coming to Manila, I felt very poor immediately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I can sense na there's really a different hierarchy
Yes,
here.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And we usually, and you were saying that most of them are first generation college graduates.
Yes.
And we usually equate that with they're tougher, they're more resilient, they're hardworking.
Yes.
But what I find, of course, those elements are there. But what I find also as an added bonus is that they tend to show more empathy towards other people as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. They do. And they do. But also, I also realize that they need to be encouraged to think differently.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, if they're together with similar backgrounds, they feel good comparing notes because they've been through the same difficulty. But part of my personal mission is to get them out of that mold and put them in other settings where they talk to other people. And
maybe some Ivy Leaguers or...
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have those types as well, right? Just because I'm spending a lot of time with PUP, PLM, and those other types, I cannot alienate the UP Lasal Ateneo.
Yes, yes.
Because many of those actually come from humble backgrounds as well. So it's but the difference is at least the UP Lasal Ateneo types have had 4 years of semi-mentoring from being in a different ecosystem.
Yes.
So it works for those types who went to the top 3 schools. And I calculated it nga. Per my calculation, I hope I'm right, only 2% of the students in the Philippines go to those top 3 schools.
2%.
2%. So I keep telling people, the ones who do well, I said, don't you realize that we did well because the 98% they just weren't in the game.
Right.
So I said, if the remaining 98% of the population had a similar background, went to AIM like me, etc., would I be president of RCBC?
True. Yeah.
Maybe not. Or if I will be, I'm going to be working doubly harder.
Right.
So it's humbling.
Yes.
But now that I'm no longer competing, I still am in different ways. It's I do my race vicariously through all these kids I'm mentoring.
Right.
And by the way, I'm finishing my 4th and 5th book, and they're being published. I think they'll be out in 2 months.
In 2 months.
And I should have brought my 3rd one. I'm sorry.
And the title?
The Future Leader. The next one is Never Finished.
Never Finished.
Yeah.
Is that your sentiment?
Yes.
Okay.
And after that is I decided on the title this morning. The title is Unlearning Leadership.
There you go.
Unlearning Leadership. It's like I thought after I wrote my first 3 books, Francis, it's like that's it. And then I step back and like, not quite. Somehow every 6 months I have a new manuscript.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of writing a new book, and the title is Never Trust Eugene when he says he'll give you a book.
Yeah.
Because you always forget.
Yeah, it's just so many things running.
Oh yeah, I know.
Juggling. I'm a terrible multitasker. So I put notes in my app.
Right.
I always screw it up.
You know what? I have a new gig now, side hustle. I'm a brand influencer.
Oh?
So there's this technology company that brought me and my daughter boss to Singapore to attend the Super AI conference.
Oh,
And it's a device that takes notes. It's called Claude. And so it takes notes and then gives you the option of you want this to be done through ChatGPT or
oh,
Claude.
my classmate uses that.
There you go.
You attach it to the phone,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, one of my classmates in the DBA program does that. So I'm careful. Like when I'm talking to him, is he recording?
Or
Or that, yeah, that thing that you did to
that's
me
true, that's
in a building not
Yeah.
far from here. So it's, all these things can happen.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah.
but, it's, after I turned 60, I've found more joy writing.
Right. Yeah.
Like what you went through at some point. I'm not into videos, etc. It's not me.
Yes.
I just show up when I get invited. But I'm more a writer.
That's what makes you an articulate speaker. When I was asked, how can you become a good speaker? I said, you become a good writer first. Because if you can write, that means you can express your ideas, articulating it. Iba talaga yung writing eh. Iba eh. I consider myself more of a writer rather than a speaker. Actually. And you're so huge into this mentorship now. What gives you that drive and that passion to do mentoring now towards other people?
It's because I got to where I am.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think the biggest reason why I got to where I am is because of mentoring I got from my seniors in Citibank. Early on, I would be doing stupid things and one of them would grab me. Iho, dito ka muna. And then, this is how it is, etc., etc. So rough around the edges. And then bit by bit, I learned things from my mentors. Banking kasi is not really a profession you learn by going to school. Trust. How do you learn trust?
Yeah.
How do you learn relationship management?
Yeah.
How do you learn convenience?
Yes.
You learn it by looking at your models, people telling you how it's done, and following them, and them checking on you and telling you what you did wrong. It's an apprenticeship business. It's like Jedis. Right?
Right.
I have a lot of masters, and now people call me Jedi Master. In fact, when I was in PNB,
Yes.
I created this program called Junior Executive Development Institute.
Jedi.
So they're on their, I think, 18th or 19th batch.
Okay.
Imagine. And they're proud to put Jedi on their resumes.
Yeah.
So I had a difficult time thinking of my programs in RCBC because I cannot use Jedi.
Okay.
So we ended up with Delta. And recently, I wanted to mentor kids, but they were saying, boss, and the group heads were saying, boss, they're already assigned. We don't want to move them out. See, and when you're growing a business so fast, you don't want to take...
Disrupt them.
It's disruptive to get the top performers from the front lines.
Yeah.
So we compromised. I said, okay, we will organize a part-time management training program. I don't think people do part-time management training programs, but I had to make it sexy. It had to be prestigious, right?
Yes.
As part of this is marketing.
Yeah, that's true.
I figured out a name. I said, what are we going to teach these kids? We'll teach them treasury, operations, products, governance, underwriting, which is risk, and innovation. Top gun. Yeah, so during graduation, we wear aviators, and HR decided to give us green jackets.
Bomber jackets.
So sometimes you'd see me walking around in a green jacket, and it says Top Gun, then RCBC here. Yeah, so now we're on our third Top Gun batch.
Wow.
So I feel good about it, not because of the name and all these mischievous things I do, but because there are real people behind it.
Yes, yes.
And they feel that once they cross that, they go over that hurdle and they know better,
Yeah.
they're able to compete. There becomes less difference between those who had privileged preparation.
Yeah.
The ones from the provinces, they're able to catch up. The ones from from the less expensive schools, like
Yes,
put it
yes,
that way,
yes,
because
yes.
that's it. That's very
Yeah.
clear. The ones they're able to compete with the others.
Yeah.
The other thing though is I keep convincing them to take their MBA at Mapua, where I'm a dean.
Ah,
I'm a part-time dean, advisory dean's my title. In Mapua, I'm a professor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's my other gig. So
Okay.
a few hours every week,
All right.
I do Mapua business.
Okay.
And it inspires me endlessly because Mapua is inclusive.
Yes.
Most of the top schools in the Philippines are exclusive. Exclusive in terms of tuition fee,
Pretty sure. Yeah.
exclusive in terms of many other things I'd rather not describe.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're changing the culture of Mapua to be, especially the business school, to be inclusive. You want to learn? Come join us. And we're taking advantage of technology, AI, Coursera,
Yes.
to improve the delivery.
Right.
We make sure the quality is great. Part of the reason why we're able to do that is because we are doing this in collaboration with Arizona State University.
Wow.
It's an official collaboration where their materials, we're using their materials, we have access to their materials. In fact, I'll be in Arizona this October
Okay.
to meet with all the other schools. So and we have programs where you do the first 3 years here, you can do the last year in Arizona, or it's easier for you to take a master's there. So I think this is the first extensive global to local combination, and I'm heavily involved there.
Great.
Because really,
Yeah.
what else can we do? Be inclusive, but how do you become inclusive? You can only be inclusive if you have quality,
Yes.
and at the same time you use technology to scale
That's true.
up. So because of technology, we can accept more students.
I get a little bit of the clue as to why you're so huge on mentoring. Now, I have a couple of questions on mentoring, which is, magaling mag-mentor itong si Sir Eugene. Gusto ko mag-mentor. So, I'm sure there's a lot of people who want you to mentor them. What would be your criteria, or how do you screen out, or how do you get them in? And then qualify, ito may mentoring ko, ito medyo baka hindi muna.
I refuse 4 out of 5.
Who?
I think as mentor, I should be choosy.
Yes.
One of my biggest turn-offs is if somebody asks me a question and never reads what I've been writing. Diba? Parang, what? I'm gonna spoon feed? I hate spoon feeding because I think it's a bad indication of how much output will come out. See, I'm looking for returns.
Yeah.
Return for him.
True.
Like for every hour I spend with him or her, will it improve him or her significantly?
Correct.
So my ano is this: if the kid is from Xavier High School, went to Ateneo and asks me, "Can you guide me on which schools I'm going to, etc." I said, "You don't need me. You have so many uncles to ask that question." And have discussion on.
Right.
But if you are a first-generation college graduate,
Yes.
and you've shown leadership, your grades are not bad. You've actually read something I've written hopefully many. And you wrote me a note that showed how serious you are,
Yeah.
rather than telling me, I'm thinking of helping. This one of my favorites is, Sir, I want to help small businesses in the country. Can you teach me how to make loans? I'm like, but I answered politely.
Politely,
No,
yes.
it's, ano kasi, so usually what I do is I say, I don't have time, but what we can do is, whenever you have a question, send me a note.
Mm-hmm.
And I always answer naman.
Oh, you do.
I will not answer you if you're selling me a condo, a computer, or the
Yeah.
club share.
Yeah.
The three C's:
Oh,
club share, condo, and computer
Maybe a
technology.
card or something.
But those who send me a note, I reply as soon as I open. I see. I stop everything that I do. Usually I'm in the car, etc. Sometimes I'm in a meeting. I answer. So I answer kasi I see the urgency. Parang, Sir, I feel stuck. I like, oh, then I check the background. And then I say, Hijo, you went to one of the top schools. You graduated with Latin honors. Why are you doing a technical assistant job
Mm-hmm.
in a marginal department in, I will not mention which bank?
Mm-hmm.
I said, nothing's gonna happen to you there.
Yeah.
Or, believe it or not, the most number of people who complain to me that they're stuck are internal auditors. I'm like, why are you still with audit?
Oh.
So I worry, I hope the auditors don't. But that's the longest list.
Yeah.
So I check their background.
Yeah.
And I say, why don't you study? And I say something like, you need 2 more skills to add to that.
Mm.
Otherwise, you're not going to move up. You need to be I mentioned this to you before, a triple threat.
Yeah.
Song,
Yeah.
dance,
Yeah.
sing, dance, and act.
Uh-huh.
So you should know operations,
Yes.
etc. But best if you know how to sell.
Right.
So I always, like that guy who complained, I told him, go join sales.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're smart. I mean, you're in UP, for heaven's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Go join sales.
Mm.
You'll be able to figure this out.
Yeah.
He was quiet for 2 months.
Okay.
On the 3rd month, he sent me a note. Sir, I've been thinking about this really hard. I've never met him. I am joining sales.
All right. Okay.
I get those notes. Parang, he says, somebody had to tell me this. Somebody had to tell me this. Because, I can be kind, but I will not be charitable with compliments.
Good. Good.
Candor.
Yeah.
I have to be kind, but not misguidedly charitable with
Correct.
my compliments.
I was my imagination is just playing. I said on the 4th month, he'll probably sell you club shares and condo. And
Nice. I think he's into investments or something, but this is a bright kid.
Yeah.
This kid was bright. I saw his resume. I felt so bad. I was like, I wish I met this guy 9 years ago.
Mm. There's just so many young people out there who's got this potential within them. And they just need somebody from the outside to unlock it.
Yeah.
So that's what you do.
Yeah, I think we need to have longer conversations with PMAP and PSTD. Because PSTD is working on this, the Philippine Society for Talent Development. We have a shortage of mentors.
True.
The reason why many people come to me is because there's not enough.
Right, right.
Right? They listen to you.
Yeah.
You are their virtual mentor. There's not enough. And I once told PSTD, I think you were in the audience when I mentioned this. You were the host, I think, that time. I said, PSTD, you can be mentors as well, and that's great. But you have the ability to train business leaders and turn them into mentors.
True.
And maybe that's the best way you can scale
Yeah.
your influence and ability to change people's lives.
Yeah.
Because really, If you look at first-generation college graduates, I looked at a study in the US, there's no local study. Their income level and net worth level is substantially lower than second or third generation.
Yes.
So it perpetuates poverty or it perpetuates inequity in society because they don't have connections, nobody guides them, nobody tells them how things are done. So, if education is already free, and that's great that the government was able to figure it out, ang kulang na lang is mentoring. If we pair it with mentoring, then we won't need another 20 years to solve social inequity in this country. But really, to me, what's disturbing is social inequity.
That's so true.
So whatever I can do on my own, my objective is always social inequity.
Oh, man.
At the core, that is what bothers me. I grew up in a poor province. That bothered me when I was growing up. It still bothers me. I'm happy that I see young people from humble backgrounds achieving, but it's not enough.
Surigao daw to.
Del Sur.
Surigao del Sur. Yeah. Where I'm sure that place is so proud of you and your accomplishment.
Mostly because my mother always broadcasts. Like, her name is Esther. We call her Esther Radio.
Esther Radio.
She died 4 years ago, but
sorry.
yeah, it's a they call me Mama's boy or something like that. I'm also proud of what I see in my province. I see kids who are doing well. Kids who write me. I was in Cebu recently and somebody approached me and introduced himself. And luckily I remembered his family name because he wrote me. He described who he was, etc. And I said, I remember your family name. His name is Leo Plaza. He was surprised I remembered his family name. But, if you're from my province, you're special as far as I'm concerned. Because it's both my parents are from Surigao.
Oh, Surigao.
Yeah.
And you're being in a position wherein you have had mentors who would correct you, made you effective, but also because you were willing to be corrected.
Probably, because then otherwise they'll get tired of me, Francis. Right? It's but I would feel the same way if somebody doesn't listen to me. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? But I'd correct the impression that I don't have rich mentees. I also have those types. I make certain exceptions, like if you're a physics major, if you went to San Carlos, if you went to AIM, I give you extra points.
What about somebody taking physics 4 times?
I check what they're wearing and on the watch that on the wrist, and on that basis I say he's fine. When I was teaching in UP, my students were biology, zoology, pre-med.
Pre-med.
And I remember this student who was failing. He was really failing. Somebody from Xavier didn't pay attention to math. I said, Prof, the reason why I took biology is because I don't want to do physics. I think his grade was 3.3, which in UP can slide either way.
Yes.
I still passed him.
Okay.
I said, man, I want you to be a doctor. You're a great guy. You just made stupid mistakes. That's fine. I think you'll make a great doctor. Here, you pass.
Yes.
And he was like jumping for joy.
One gift I think that you possess is your ability to read and to look at the potential of people. And
you're probably wrong there because I have a lot of losses and misreads. But maybe it's because I'm willing to invest.
yeah, Because the premise from where I'm coming from is, if you don't have that, what would give you the interest to mentor people naman? Diba?
Yeah. I see your point.
Oh. And there's also another question which I wanted to ask you. And kanina I said I have two questions. The other one I forgot. Now I remembered. In an AI-driven technological world wherein we are in right now, I just found out all these big companies, AI tech companies, they have a resident doctor of philosophy there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's my other favorite new topic.
Right. So I've always figured out, because when I do leadership training, one of the critical elements that we have to develop is critical thinking.
Yes.
And critical thinking, philosophy teaches us to think critically. Right?
Yeah.
Your take on that?
Yeah, it's exactly. That is why I insist that they don't play around with general education. Because general education is where you get educated, as in literally.
Yeah.
Then, when I'm in the classroom doing the doctorate classes, I also learned something else. No, it is that when we're discussing something, we don't immediately accept. Maybe we're overcritical. Maybe it's overcritical thinking. So when we have a theory, for example,
Yeah.
the first question is, does it really work? What are its limitations?
Right.
What are its pluses? What are its weaknesses? Every classroom, every class session in the doctorate program is always like that. That makes the difference between a masteral class and a doctorate class. In the doctorate class, you're supposed to argue those points, and that kind of training is making it easier for me to do AI, because when I see an output in AI, I censor, edit, accept, partially, challenge. So there are days when, there are weekends when for several hours, I'm arguing with one of my most enjoyable hobbies is arguing with AI. Yeah, so if I have this thesis, I argue with AI. So it's like right back and forth. And they're very good at arguing. And then I'm thinking, sandali, I'm teaching this AI. So they should be paying me.
Correct.
But really, it's that. And my concern, when I was graduation speaker in San Carlos, I had two speeches.
Yeah.
The first speech was about AI. The other speech was about the values and resilience, things in the world that will never change. I decided to go to the things that never change, because at that point, people were over AI. Parang every single person who's doing a commencement speech was talking about
What's the right
AI.
decision so that they don't boo you, right?
Yeah, I said, exactly. I said, I'm not going to talk about AI, so you will not boo me. That's exactly what I said. But, what I wrote there was, and I put this on LinkedIn, was, it's no different from rumors. It's no different from chismes and false news. Why is it that people believe false news? I have a theory. And my theory, which I should be testing, is, if I take another PhD, is because we grow up in an environment where we are encouraged to be mabait, and the definition of mabait is to shut up and just smile.
Just accept.
And memorize, and then answer back, and then you get 100, you go home, and your mother says you're a good boy, whatever.
High grades.
Right. And when I was growing up, I always think, I wasn't really mischievous. I wasn't arguing, but the teacher could see my face. I was like, what's he thinking? Because I kept reading and reading and reading. And if the teacher's wrong, especially with social studies and world events and science, I'd be like, That's not what I remember. So it's or yan na, I started to become argumentative. No, so but that is not how children in the Philippines are raised. With some exceptions. International
You're a
schools,
very
etc.
decent guy. Yeah. You were saying about exceptions. What are the exceptions?
There are schools that encourage critical thinking.
Right.
There are schools that, so at least nobody's gonna say, oh, but don't generalize, because there are schools that allow people to express themselves.
Yeah.
My school was only halfway. Every time I come back from the summer break, I would always be asked to write a piece on what I did during my summer vacation. And I hated it.
Yeah, me too.
I hated it. It's like formal theme writing. What I did during my summer vacation. Can't there be something else to write about? But then they said, oh, kasi we're doing that because it's an egalitarian way. Everybody can answer that question. Diba? Parang, but it's no, coming back to AI, it's really, the critical thinking should be something taught in the earlier years. Actually, you don't have, it should, let me correct myself. Critical thinking is something that we should then remove from children. Because we remove it from children.
Yeah, we remove it.
Right? Our kids are like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like this, why?
The typical answer
just because. Just because. It's just like that. So kids have critical thinking until we teach them to unlearn it.
Yeah, that's true.
It should come back.
So that's a good book
should
you'll
come
be
back.
writing about. Yeah.
So my 6th book is Unlearning Leadership.
That's great.
It's in this book I did research. So when I think of something, I said, wait a minute, I haven't read any research material on it. Let me check the most recent research material. So what I say has research backing it up.
Yes. And when I was taking a look at the technical description of critical thinking, it says simply paraphrasing, the ability to hold opposing ideas in your mind, holding judgment, doing due diligence, fact-checking, and then coming out with a logical conclusion. And I said, hey, that's not really new. Because many years ago, the great American playwright J.P. Fitzgerald says, the mark of genius or ingenuity is to hold two opposing ideas in your mind at the same time and continue to function.
Yeah.
And I do agree with you. That's what was taken away from kids because they look at them as rebels, questioning all the time. But that element of innocence in wanting to really know why is critical, especially today.
Yeah, it's among Asians, it's normal, yin-yang.
Yeah.
It's, the academia calls it paradoxical leadership. So it's like, the ability to juggle.
Yeah.
You're right, withholding judgment and being curious. Parang, why do you say that? What's your proof?
Yeah.
It can be very annoying if you're the teacher. It's like,
Oo nga.
Visit naman itong batang to.
Saka feeling na ego nila tinatamaan.
Yeah, so it's but it's just it's a treasure.
Yeah.
Right? So I should write about this on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I wrote once, I said, the problem with mabait. That was my thing. The problem with mabait. Now when I first became a leader, I wanted everybody to be mabait. I did not want any siraulo. No. Do this, let's do this, let's do this. But it turned out it was wrong leadership. But I was like that when I was younger. So I shouldn't be blaming the educational system because I myself liked it.
Eugene, people will talk to me and say, those close to me, I know you when you were in high school, you never spoke. You just kept quiet, and I hated recitation. But because I lost 2 years in high school, repeat on and repeat. So I figured, how can I recover? And how can I shoot for the high Latin honors if I don't force myself to speak? So I started speaking. I just realized. So now they say, Francis, why is it that you speak so well? I said, because I keep on arguing with my mother.
That never worked for me. Nah?
But it's a kind of sharpening, right? So you're arguing, and sometimes I got to a point of just loving to argue. It may not sound good, it may not be good, but I think what I'm trying to say is let your mind work and don't just accept without questioning. And one philosopher, my favorite philosopher, his name is Dallas Willard, he says, you have to doubt your doubts. You have to have doubts and you have to answer them. In other words, you have to think. You really have to think. And in this episode, Eugene, you've made me think a lot, as I'm sure our audiences have been thinking through. And now you guys know what I'm saying. The sharpest dressed guy in the banking industry
No,
with a sharp mind and then with a heart of gold, wanting to mentor people, bringing out the potential in them. I'm sure you've learned a lot. Eugene, this is Kongversation, and I've always said that this is not a program about famous people and the regular thing you find, but I'd love to bring excellent achievers and share their principles generously so that everybody who's watching can benefit from it. And today, I am certain that this episode, there's a lot of people out there who has benefited from your generous sharing, Eugene. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Francis. And as I prefer to call you, FJK. Thank you very much. I always enjoy spending time.
Don't get the initials confused.
No,
That one was assassinated, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Sir Eugene. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And that is Kongversation. And one request I have from you is, we have so many viewers, but many of you are just watching, you're not subscribing. I'd like you to subscribe. And not only that, but share this to a lot of your friends so that they'll get to enjoy the things that they're learning from achievers like Eugene Acevedo, our special guest for today, and many more to come. So watch out for the next episode of Kongversation. God bless you.